Hi guys, so welcome to my second video of my diary where I try to improve my speech or speaking abilities. So in this video I'm actually going to do kind of different video than the before. So in this video I'm actually going to do 20 lessons that I have learned because I'm almost 20, which is kind of really sick because I don't really feel like I'm not an adult. So I hope you guys learned something from my video, the mistakes that I have learned, not the mistakes that I made and have learned something from, so you don't go through the same mistakes than me. And as I will not edit this video, I will not retake this video again because I did some retakes before, but I felt like, oh, I have to stop, I have to challenge myself. So that's what I'm doing. So I hope you guys actually enjoy it. So because I'm afraid this video is going to take too long, so I'm going to do different sections. The first section, so in this video I will only have 10 lessons, and on the second video I'm actually going to have the other 10. So I'm dividing it up because I feel like it will be too much for me. So the first lesson that I have learned is that you can't really change anyone. The only person you can change is actually yourself. Because I feel like I have this tendency to try to change people around me to make them feel better, healthier in so many areas, and in the long term it really doesn't help because I feel like I'm really bad explaining. So for example, with my family, I want them to be healthy, I want to be really happy and all that stuff. So I try to make some things I feel like I pressure them to. Maybe you need to eat healthy, you need to train, all that stuff. But it doesn't really work because if I can't really change myself, because I try, okay, I'm gonna be really honest, because I'm a person who doesn't really eat healthy all the time. I'm not a person who workouts. Like, I'm not doing all this stuff that I'm telling my parents to do. So how are they going to listen to me when I'm not doing all this stuff I want them to be? So I feel like you have to change. The only person you can change is yourself in order to inspire other people to change. You can't really tell people to change because they'll never listen to you. So it is really hard to take in, and but it is also really important one because it will save a huge amount of energy of yours, which is really precious. Oh, that kind of really rhymes. Okay, maybe no, I don't think so. Okay, so I have written some a little bit notes, the lessons, the things that I want to talk about. So the second thing is the lesson number 2 is that here's actually my favorite poem. So here it goes. People come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, which is so true, because you have to realize that maybe your friend isn't going to be with your lifespan, with your whole life, because they're there for a reason or a season or maybe even a lifetime. So most people that you meet will not stay in your life forever, and it can be, as the poem writer, where they can be there for a reason, where they learn you something important. And the season, it can be your school time that you are around. And because we are always evolving, we always change into better, we always go through some stuff, and that really means that your life, your friends, or the people that you really love and like will not be in your life forever. So you have to really realize, and when your friendship ends, you have to let it go, even if it's really difficult, and you just would like to, you just have to let go of them. And because other people will join your life, and maybe they are there for a lifetime. So the third one is, your health is your true wealth, which is also true, because when you are ill, all you think about is actually that you want to be healthy, and when you are sick, all you think about is, oh, I want to be healthy again. And when something is taken away from you, for example your health, it is, I feel like most people realize there, when something is gone, you see how precious it is. And I feel like it is like that for most people. When something important, something they thought never really thought about, is taken away from them, they really realize how important it was to them. And so is that with health, because most people take it for granted. So we must take really care of our health. So take that in, guys. So the fourth lesson is actually never stop learning. And this sounds really really weird, maybe, but I had a point in my life where I had gone through a lot of challenging things in my life, and I started, learning, listening to all these podcasts, all these videos, and at some point I really thought that I was done learning, and because I thought that, oh, I have learned all these things about myself, and I don't have to listen to any more podcasts, I don't have to read any books, and which was really insane, because it was so incorrect, because I haven't really learned anything about myself. I have only learned after the only 15% of myself, and I haven't even learned the other things about myself. I just thought that I have done every work that I have done in just that amount of time, and you will always learn about new things about yourself. Some things that triggers you, some things that you enjoy doing, some things that you like doing, some things that you really hate doing. And what you will learn so much about yourself by doing stuff, experiencing stuff. Reading and listening podcasts will help you too, but you have to experience some stuff in order to also really take it in, and you will actually never stop learning. And in order to do that, you have to be able to spend some time and on yourself, in order for you to do that. So take your time, because you will never ever stop learning about yourself, because you is like a foreign language that you have to really analyze and really learn, because there's so much things that you even don't know about yourself. So number 5 is be careful who you surround with. And this one is really true, because when the people you surround with is the people who has the most impact on yourself, your beliefs, how you see the world, how you are to people, and your actions, your beliefs, everything. And I can see that in my school life, I would say, because I really hanged out with people who weren't really nice. They were like cool girls. I don't know, it sounds really weird to say it, because they didn't really cared about like the school, but they studied a lot, but they just wanted to be cool. So when I hanged out with these people, after some months, I realized that I wasn't really kind to teachers at all, and that wasn't really me, because I'm really kind. I try to be really kind to people. I really care about school. I love learning stuff. And I realized that it wasn't really me. And when I was with these people who was always talking bad about other people, it really drained me. And it was actually the time I was listening to different podcasts that made me realize that I wasn't hanging out with good people. And when I was always hanging out with them, I felt like I was always drained, and I just felt like unsafe with them, because if they're talking like that about these people, they're certainly talking bad about myself behind my back as well. So I also gained different friendships where I learned so much stuff about myself and learned so much things, and they kind of really did challenge me into growing to a better person. And it really just makes me to gain more energy, and it makes me much happier. And you can really see that shift in your energy when after you're hanging out with your friends. So be aware of your energy, because it tells you so much. It tells you so much things. And number 6, this one I'm always struggling with, like with my whole life. So no one can read your mind. You have to talk in order to someone to really understand you. So I felt like I had this thing that I thought that people can read my mind. So I didn't really talk about my emotions at all. I didn't really say when I was hungry, or if I was tired, if I'm really exhausted or angry or sad. I didn't really tell anything. I really showed it with my body language, and I thought that was going to make them realize that, oh, I was angry, I was mad. And that really doesn't really help anything if you don't talk. And by really speaking up for yourself, and it's really important one, especially when you're growing up, you have to be able to stand up for yourself in order for you to stand up, to show up for yourself. you don't have to really wait for someone else to show up for you. You have to realize that you have to show up to yourself and be able to express yourself to other people in order for them to understand you better and make you feel much make you feel much better. So that's the lesson number 6. So lesson number 7: everyone's journey is different. Don't compare yourself. So this one is also important because I feel like most people, everyone compares themselves to other people, different people, and because of social media we see different people from all around the world and we see their lives. They're like amazing lives. They're like on vacation, they have this amazing job, they have this amazing house. We see all this good stuff on internet and we tend to like, oh, why don't I have this? And maybe there's something that we really want but we don't really have it. But we have to really realize that we have to, it's their lifespan and I have my own, and you have to be really happy with your own lifespan because it will happen to you. Just because of something is you're waiting for someone that really have happened yet doesn't mean that you will not receive it, because maybe there's something much bigger, much more amazing things that is waiting for you, and maybe you're not really ready yet. Even if you feel like you're ready, maybe it doesn't. You have to learn or go through some stuff in order to receive it. So you have to think it like in a positive way in order to not be stuck in that mindset. So number 8 is like the same as before. It is that comparison is the sheath of joy, which is really important, guys. I tend to compare myself. I sometimes do it even now, even if I'm not really thinking about it. It's like sometimes unconscious, and but when you always like tend to focus outwards and not inwards on yourself, you will not really be happy at all, because you're always focusing on other people. You have to focus on yourself in order to work on yourself and not really care about other people at all. And when you have focus on yourself, you will not have time for other people to really care about or really compare yourself to. So work on yourself. So number 9, be scared and do it anyway. Try things out, and at least you have tried. So this one is a really challenging one because most people are scared of something, and I was scared of public speaking. For example, I have done so many speeches at school, and that was really scary for me. I tend to always get this anxious things, and my heart would start beating really fast. I would sweat, my hands will go numb and everything, and my whole body will shake, and it is like really hard. And but I really try to do it anyway, and that really shows that I show up for myself and try to do things better. And after like doing so many speeches at school, the last time I did my speech, it was a national public speaking test. And I realized that I wasn't really nervous at all. I realized that I was kind of laughing when I was doing the speech. And that made me really happy because I had gone through this bottom of wave where I feel like, oh, I'm doing better and I'm doing so bad at this, and I feel like the last speech went so good, and it really shows that you can really, if you really do and show up for yourself and do the things that are scary, that you learn so much from it. So please guys, even if you're scared, do it anyway. Show up for yourself. And the last one is, sometimes we outgrow people who aren't growing. And this one is, I relate to this so much because in my high school again, I met these beautiful people. We were kind of the same. We had these same beliefs. We had the same things that we liked. We had this same charisma and all that stuff. But after some years, I realized that I wanted something different. I wanted to challenge myself more. I wanted to do different things than her. And she didn't really accept it, and she was kind of in the same place. And you have to also realize, even if it's really hard, you have to realize that sometimes life is that way. We outgrow some people, but in the future, when we are in the same length, oh my god, I have so hard time pronouncing it. Length. It sounds really bad. Okay, however, when we are in the same energy level, we will somehow maybe meet or maybe not. And it is really hard sometimes, but you just have to really accept it. So this video is like really long, and I hope you guys enjoy it and maybe learned something from it. And part 2 will come soon, maybe a week later or 3 days later or 4 or 5. I have no idea actually. So I hope you guys liked it, and as I said before, I will not edit this, which is kind of scary actually, because I feel like I'm sometimes mumble and like don't really talk so much, or I'm talking about whole different things. So I really hope you guys enjoy it and learn something from it. So bye bye.